What is asbestos? Asbestos is the name given to a type of mineral fiber that is found in rock and soil. Due to the strength and heat resistance of the fiber, it has long been used in buildings for insulation and as a fireproofing construction material. In addition, asbestos is also widely used in many manufactured and prefabricated products. These include building materials like ceilings and floor tiles, automobile clutch and brake, heat-resistant fabrics, gaskets, packaging, and coatings. How asbestos exposure can occur? You may be exposed to asbestos if asbestos-containing materials are disturbed or damaged in any way, causing fibers to release into the air. Situations in which exposure is likely to occur include product use, demolition work, construction or building and home maintenance and repair. According to the World Health Organization (WHO), around 125 million people in the world today are exposed to asbestos at their workplace. What asbestos exposure may cause? There are a number of harmful health-related effects that have been associated with the exposure to asbestos. Asbestos Attorney cost. The following costs are typically involved in mesothelioma. Assess a typical mesothelioma settlement. $1 million attorneys cost $330,000 to $400,000 average mesothelioma award $6 million legal fees $1.99 $2.4 million expert medical and technical testimony costs $10,000 to $25,000 mesothelioma cases are either settled outside or inside of the court. In the former, a decision mutually reached by all the parties is called a settlement, while in the latter, a decision is given by the court, which is called an award. A settlement amount is typically less than the awarded amount. These statistics are taken from media reports. Asbestos lung cancer. According to the United States government's Environmental Protection Agency (EPA), those who are exposed to the asbestos fibers face a higher risk of developing a lung disease. This has been demonstrated through several occupational studies. When the fibers are inhaled, they get trapped by the lungs and cause problems. The risk is particularly of a greater degree for smokers. Gastrointestinal cancer. The EPA has also identified gastrointestinal cancers as possibly resulting from asbestos exposure. The substance has thus been classified under Group A that contains no human carcinogens. Mesothelioma. It is a rare type of cancer that usually occurs in the thin lining of the heart, lung, chest and the abdomen. According to the EPA, findings borne out from numerous occupational studies have revealed that asbestos exposure can lead to mesothelioma. Asbestosis. It is a severe non-cancer disease of the lungs. Asbestosis is a long-term condition that may adversely impact the respiratory function of those that have been exposed. It is usually identified by shortness of breath and persistent coughing. Has the use of asbestos been banned? Production, import, distribution, processing and the use of most types of asbestos-containing products such as roof coatings, clothing, cement flat sheet, millboard and break blocks is legally permitted. There are however a few uses that have been banned by regulations such as the Toxic Substances Control Act (TSCA), Clean Air Act and Consumer Product Safety Act. Examples of banned uses include corrugated and commercial paper, asbestos blocks and the use of the fibers in wall patching compounds and artificial fireplace embers. Asbestos cancer statistics. WHO estimates suggest that in 2004, asbestos-related diseases such as lung cancer, mesothelioma and asbestosis from occupational exposures led to 107,000 deaths and 1,523,000 disability-adjusted life years dailies. Typically, the greater the level of exposure, the greater will be the probability of developing a harmful health condition. Other factors that determine whether somebody develops a disease include the duration of exposure, the shape and size of the asbestos fibers, source of exposure and chemical composition of the fiber. Symptoms may develop years after the exposure to asbestos. Since asbestos-related conditions are not easy to identify, physicians usually investigate into the likelihood of the fiber exposure if someone comes to them with a related problem such as lung cancer. In addition to examining the medical history, they also look at the patient's work, cultural and environmental history. Are you entitled to compensation?